how to parent. I mean, what are some of those tips? Because those are the kind of stuff I love talking about. But what are some of the tips that you learned throughout your life that you share with some people who ask you those questions?
Yeah, some of the things I got from my dad, and again, I mentioned this in my first book, he gave me really some life lessons with respect to how to do it. And the way that he parented, I think, was very instrumental in helping me decide what kind of man I wanted to be. He taught me discipline. He taught me responsibility. For example, if there was something that I wanted to do, he and my mother, I don't recall them ever telling me no, but they made it very, very clear that I had to do the work. I had to make sure I do the work. Playing the piano, I took piano lessons when I was 9 years old. I had to be home at 6:30 every day at the piano to practice, no exceptions. So again, things in terms of discipline, doing the work, living up to responsibility, those are things that I got from my father. And also watching him with respect to how he interacted with other people. He was very, very respectful, but never subservient. He was always standing up as a man, but he treated everybody with respect and seeing the way people responded to that, in terms of, for example, like when we were going to the barber shop, everybody was glad to see my dad. They was always happy to see him coming in because of the way that he treated them with respect. So those are some of the things that, in some of the comments I've gotten back, I've heard some young fathers saying those are the kind of things they want to make sure they impart upon their kids.
How did the balance, the team of Yvette coming in and kind of getting in your ear, how did that work for you?
See, what it got me to do is kind of look beyond what I got to do right now. The things I've got to do right now, and putting, the things that we may want to do or experience on the back burner until I get that done. She helped me realize that there's a way to find a balance. And by finding that balance, you can do both. You don't have to give up one in order to do the other. So that's one of the things that really drove it. A good example is the first category, travel. Since I've been with the vet, we've done much more travel than I ever did before because I was so busy working before she and I got together. I never really took the time to travel. But since I've been with her, we've been on some fantastic vacations, and we've got a whole bucket list of places that we'd still like to go. That's a tribute to her because I tend to put that kind of stuff off until I get all the business taken care of.
Where have you been, and what's the plans for the future?
One of the things we used to do, we used to do a Caribbean vacation and a Mexico vacation, to various resorts on a by year cadence. We do one in the spring and one in the winter. Um, since I retired, we're kind of looking to branch out from those two areas. Last year, we celebrated our 25th anniversary, our 25th wedding
Congratulations.
anniversary. Thank you. By going to Greece. So we spent 10 days in Greece. And that was an absolutely wonderful, wonderful trip. In fact, the cover of my book is a picture that I took off the island of Crete, sunset over the Mediterranean. And again, that together with some of the day trips that we took while we were over there was absolutely fantastic. And again, that was motivated by my querying Yvette for where she'd like to go to celebrate our 25th. Some of the places we plan to go. Obviously, Paris is on the list. I talk about the Eiffel Tower as one of the sites that people need to see at some point in their life. Haven't been there yet, but that's one of the places we plan to go. We would like to go to Abu Dhabi at one point. I've been to China. Fortunately, on my job with General Motors, I had to go to China several times. But because of the distance and the amount of time I spent there, I did have an opportunity and some great people over there that I worked with that gave me an opportunity to see a lot of the country. And China is absolutely fascinating. If you really stop and do a little bit of research, the history is just amazing. I mean, they've got thousands of years of history. We're about to celebrate our 250th anniversary as a country. China is thousands of years old, to kind of put that in perspective. And some of the things that you can see over there in terms of some of the sites is incredible. And to balance that out, they've also got, if you go to Shanghai, one of the most modern cities in the world. And it is absolutely fantastic. I've also had an opportunity to go to India, and those people are probably the most gracious of any that I've ever encountered on the planet. They go out of their way to make sure you're comfortable, to make sure that you're taken care of, and they really look after you. So that was a very pleasant, very, very crowded. A lot of people in India, as you can imagine.
Hmm.
I found the people to be very, very polite, very, very gracious. and very interested in making sure that you're comfortable. So Yvette, now we've got some other places on the list, and we're gradually going to work it down. Some of them on the list in the book are places we still have yet to get to. I have not done everything on this 50/50. So this book is for me as well. It's a
Good for
reminder
you.
to me that there's still a lot yet to do that I haven't done. But I wanted to share that because what I got to thinking about when we got back from our vacation last year, which is when I started working on the book, is I've got more years behind me than I do in front of me. And if there's something that's going to get done, we need to get busy in doing it. And that's kind of what got me started on the list. And as I started filling out the list and started doing research and stuff, I got close to a book. So I said, let's go on and do it. Let's go on and do another book. But yeah, we've got several things that we're still yet to do.
What did you mean by that? That topic, that category, Leon. What were you trying to get to, and what do you want people to understand?
Yeah, life experience is what I'm after in that particular section is and this is probably getting closer to the bucket list type thing than most people think about. There's all these things that we always dream about doing and never do. We say, one day I'd like to do this, or one day I'd like to do that, but we never do it. We never take any step forward to try and make it happen. What I'm encouraging people to do in this section is take that step forward to make something happen. Obviously, it takes some planning and preparation, but it's one of the things that you'll remember it for the rest of your life. A few of the examples I've got in there, attend a major event, be it a Super Bowl or the Indy 500. My brother and I, several years ago, we went down to the Indy 500. Life-changing experience from the perspective of is completely different than what you see on TV. The speed of the vehicles, the roar of the engines, experiencing in person is something completely different. You'll never forget it. You'll never forget it. A Beyonce concert. Yvette insisted we go to a Beyonce concert on her last tour, and it's absolutely amazing the way that the crowd just goes crazy in those well-produced events, major events like that. So I'm encouraging people to take advantage of things like that because you won't get a whole lot of chances to do some of those things that you may want to do, but you should pursue an opportunity to at least do some of them because you'll remember it for the rest of your life.
How can we get you to get people in touch with you, Leon? How would you like people to connect with you?
Yeah, there's a couple ways. I have a website. I've created a publishing company for kind of managing all aspects of my book and any activities I do. It's D.L. Stokes Publishing at, I'm going blank here. D.L. Stokes Publishing
At
at D,
as he's looking for this, we'll continue to
I'm
tread
sorry,
water here.
DLStokesPublishing.com is the website. I was thinking about the email. The email is info@dlstokespublishing.com.
Ah, that's why you would get confused, of course. So again, say it again, info at
Info@
dlstokespublishing.com.
dlstokespublishing.com.
That's a lot of letters. That's why you would get a little tripped up on
Yeah.
that.
Send the email to that. I'll get it and I respond to them very, very quickly. For any feedback, any questions about anything that I'm going to be doing in the future, any information on the book. If you
Are you
go to
available
my
for
website,
speaking?
pardon me?
Are you available for speaking engagements?
I am available for that, and I do quite a few during the course of the year, quite a few book signing events. I just finished one last weekend in Pontiac that was really good. I did one the previous weekend in Detroit. I will be in Lansing this summer at the Juneteenth Festival, Freedom Festival, on the 20th. And there are several others that I'm in the process of trying to get confirmed throughout the course of the year.
Good for you.
Also, as it relates to any speaking engagements on any of the topics of my books, people can get in touch with me at that email and we can discuss, when and where and whether or not it would be something supportive of their organizations.
How do you do with your health and your food there, Leon? What are you doing for your workouts now?
Yeah, first thing I do every morning is go down in the basement, work out on my elliptical machine for 45 minutes to get in my cardio. 3 days a week, I do strength training. That's more important as I get older because it's harder to build muscle and maintain muscle as you get older. Make sure I get enough protein. That's something that I wasn't doing previously. But again, in order to maintain muscle, make sure I get enough protein. But I do that every day, a minimum of 6 days a week.
So,
Yeah.
what else are you doing now? You do the elliptical, you do some weight training. What about your wife?
Yeah, Yvette, she goes to the gym on a regular basis. I do mine primarily in the basement because I like to get up and get started right away. But she goes to the gym not too far away from us. She does that on a regular basis. And she's got a very disciplined routine as well that she does. So again, the key is, and this is something again you can attest to, the key is to make it a part of your life. The key is to make it a habit, part of your lifestyle. That way, it's really not something that you got to do. It's
There's
something
no
that you
thinking.
get to do and the approach is completely different.
If you don't have purpose, as I've coached many people, you can't have your fifth segment, your fifth category, your personal growth, because without a purpose, you're just kind of wandering, don't you think?
Yeah, without question. And again, that purpose, is not always it's not always about you initially. If you're doing things for other people, but it comes back to you because it's amazing how much you get out of doing something for somebody else. And again, like I said, a lot of the things they don't cost a lot. They don't cost you anything, just effort or maybe a little bit of your attention, particularly as it relates to kids. Little things that you can do for kids can bring you so much joy and satisfaction. And it goes without saying it does a lot for that kid. Kids, they deserve a chance to be successful. So anything we can do to give kids a better opportunity to be successful throughout their lives is going to come back and make us feel so much better.
Talk with the five categories and your website one more time, please.
Okay, I've broken the 50 things into five categories. Travel is the first one that gives you an opportunity to get outside of what you're accustomed to and kind of grow and experience things, different cultures in different particular areas. Life experience are those things that you always dream about doing, but you never actually get around to doing. And I encourage you to do that because they'll stay with you forever and it just adds so much to your life and you'll just enjoy it so much. Professional growth and development that gives you an opportunity to really shoot for those things that you want to do in your career, but also connect with people who have been there before, and finding a mentor. And if you're beyond that and you've and later in your career, being a mentor gives you an opportunity to pay it forward. And that's really going to pay dividends for some people. Health, you need to make it a habit to do some of the things in terms of changing some of your habits in terms of how you eat, your exercise. Also, one of the things I didn't mention before, know your numbers. The numbers of your blood pressure, for us, our PSA numbers. You need to know your numbers, know what they are, know what they should be, and work with your primary care physician to make sure that you're getting there. And then my favorite category is the personal growth and development. Those are the things that concentrate on making us better people for ourselves, but also better people for others because it makes you a better citizen of the world and you'll have an opportunity to have an impact on other people's lives. And hopefully included in that will be accepting Christ into your life because that's going to make a whole lot of things that much better.
That was a riot. And you guys won't hear the 20 minutes of post show that Leon and I just went through talking about, show ideation and stuff, talking about his brother, Jimmy James. And I mean, we go so far back. It's like hard to imagine. And the guy I got coming on the show next week, Scott Warner, he goes back just as far. It's just crazy how this works out. But I love these guys. And I mean, he's so successful and he's got such good knowledge. Get his books, 50 Things to Do in a Lifetime. D. Leon Stokes, Dennis Leon Stokes. He is a great guy, a great guy. I can't say enough about him. And glad he could come back. And when we get him and his brother together, we start talking sports. Look out, everybody. It's going to be crazy. All right, I'm out. Hashtag dad talk, hashtag girl dad. That's how I close all the videos. Anyways, if you haven't seen these before, peace out, everybody. I love y'all.